Hey guys, I just wanted to come on and show you um, this design that I'm getting ready to put on a 20-ounce tumbler. And so I know sometimes I get questions on how did you do that? So I basically did the design in Microsoft PowerPoint and then I uploaded this image, which is one full image to my background that I created. So my background just started out as just a blank background. And then I started adding different colors, as you can see here. I just started adding all kinds of colors, and then I added some lines in there, and I put like a glow on the lines. And then I just took a screenshot of the area that I need because this size right here fits my skinny tumbler perfectly. So I just screenshotted the part that I needed, which was this part here. Just like that. And then once I took that background, I put it on a slide by itself, as you can see here. Place my image on there. And actually, I then took and I rotated it. So you can see here, this is where it was. This is the way it's going to show on my tumbler. Okay. So I'm going to show you how I wrap my tumblers. So give me 1 second here. All right, guys. So I was showing you this image that I created in Microsoft PowerPoint. This image I got from, was it Designs by Amara? I think, I can't remember, but it might have been Etsy. But I got this design and I uploaded the design to Microsoft PowerPoint because Microsoft PowerPoint will allow me to print whatever size I need without being restricted, like Cricut Design Space. So this is my 20-ounce tumbler, skinny tumbler that I ordered from Bulk BULK Tumblers. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and I'm going to cut the sides down to what I need. And again, like I said previously, I have this in a template format so that I only have to shave off the white part. I let my tumbler kind of drape over on the ends and it gives it a nice clean finish look like it was intentional instead of having like a little white line going down your tumbler where you cut it. And just gonna make sure everything is still good. And it is. So you can see how I have just a little bit of overage, which is perfectly fine. And so I'm going to, and I always leave the bottom. You see how that overage is on the bottom? I take my bottoms and I fold them under, push them under like that and tape them down. So when you're doing your tumblers, you want to make sure that you get this image. If you're not using a silicone wrap, you want to make sure you get this image as tightly onto your tumbler as possible because that's what helps it to sublimate appropriately without having ghosting, which is like kind of like a white shadow. I don't know, every time I get ready to start doing my I always have my heat tape right here and then I look and I don't see my heat tape. Let me see if I put it in the other room. All right, so let me cut off just this top up here because I don't want any white up at the top. So I got one little edge right here and I don't want any white. But I don't have a silicone wrap, so I'm going to be going rogue style without a silicone wrap. So if you don't have a silicone wrap, you have to make sure that you get this image, your image, as closely onto your tumbler as possible. So what I do is I like to start and I kind of play around with the wrapping of it to make sure that it's good before I start taping, because that gives me an idea of what I need to do. So I want to make sure that, as you can see here, I want to make sure that when I tape this, I don't have any images, not images, but any areas up here where it's kind of buffed up, to indicate that air can get in there to cause the white spots. So too bad I don't have my tape right here, because this is perfect with no spacing in there. Hold on one second. Let me get my let me grab my heat tape. All right, I have my heat tape, and you can order this off of Amazon. If you have any local vinyl shops in your area, they normally carry heat tape in there, but you want to make sure you have some heat tape. When I ordered mine off of Amazon, it also came with Teflon sheets for when you're using your heat press. So I'm just going to get a couple of pieces of tape off of here to get me started. Now, it was perfect just a minute ago. Watch, I don't get it back perfect like I had it. I'm just going to get a couple of pieces of tape here. I need to get me a tape dispenser to put this on, because it would make my life so much easier. All right. So the name of the game, when you don't have a silicone wrap to help with the tightness around your tumbler, is to make sure that you tape it up really, really good and really, really tight to your tumbler or to your mug, whatever you're going to be sublimating on, to make sure that you get good coverage. All right, so here we have, always print your image out in the reverse, okay? So this is in the reverse, and I'm going to line it up again to the very top, make sure I have it good and tight on here before I start taping. I want to get everything just right, because you don't want to start taping and then have to remove your tape. So I'm just making sure that I am pulling it tightly, but I always want to get it lined up first. All right. Just want to make sure that once I get it on here, that it is tight. Okay. So when I go up and down on the tumbler like this, you can feel pockets. So if you have any pockets of any spacing in there, you want to make sure you get that out. Okay. You do not want this fitting loosely. Okay. So I'm going to start placing my tape on the sides here. And again, making sure that I don't feel any space up here. There we go. All right. So I'm just taping the sides of the tumbler down. And I always overlap, because I like that look that it gives. It makes it look like, since I'm already using multiple colors, it looks like it was intentional. Okay. Make sure we got this tape on here really, really good. And little bit more. Now, I did order butcher paper, and I'll show you the butcher paper. The butcher paper will also help to make this transfer cling tightly to your tumbler. And the butcher paper, if you're using a silicone wrap, it helps to protect your silicone wrap. Because if you're sublimating on a silicone wrap without butcher paper, that silicone wrap will pick up the transfer colors and it will sublimate onto your next, whatever you sublimate onto. The next time you sublimate, it'll show up in there. All right, I got that really, really nice and tight. And I just want to make sure that I don't have any white up here on the top. All right, so once I get that on, it's nice and tight. I don't feel any air pockets on here. What I'm going to do is, pull this down so you can see. I'm just going to take this and I just push it in like this, and then I'm going to tape it so that the colors will come out on the bottom so it'll look like it was intentional. Now you can cut around here and just have it stop, but I prefer to tape mine right on up. So I'm gonna get a couple of more pieces of tape here, and then I will show you guys the wrapping for the butcher paper. Now some people don't use the butcher paper when they're not using silicone wraps, but to each his own on how you choose to do it. I just felt like that butcher paper, I got better colors and coverage. All right. So I'm just pushing this under, and I'm just going to put some tape on it. Tape it down on the bottom. And the same thing here. Just going to go around the bottom of this, taping it down so that it will sublimate all around the bottom there. And it'll be really nice and pretty. I wanted to do these colors because I wanted you guys to be able to see the vibrant colors and why people choose to go with sublimation over having to do all the epoxy type stuff. And I said I got the image off of Designs by Mari, but I think that's one that I paid for on Etsy. The sisters. All right. And one thing about it, guys, is the process to just wrap your mugs sometimes, or your tumblers, sometimes it can be time consuming, but please take your time to do it right, because the payoff is so rewarding when it comes out really nice and pretty. It's so much better than, you know, you rushing to do it and then you end up with your tumbler or your mug or whatever you're sublimating on not sublimating properly. Okay. So it is crucial that you just take your time. All right, so this is the butcher paper that I got from Amazon, and you can see how thick that is. So this is going to last me for a long time. And if you're using a silicone wrap, you want to use the butcher paper because that's what's going to help to protect your silicone wrap. Now, I'm not using a silicone wrap, but what I will say is I tend to find that when I did it without, on my mugs, when I did not have anything around the mugs, it just seemed like it didn't sublimate as well. Now that's just my personal feeling. May not be the case. It could have been in how I wrapped it. I don't know. All I know is I'm going to go ahead and use it and make sure that I get this on here nice and tight. Do not want it bubbled over. So what I'm going to do is see how much of this I need, because I don't need this to be bubbled. All right, so lay this down here. Just gonna roll. Yep. All right. I'm gonna take a couple of pieces of heat tape here and place it on. I hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving. I just kind of was mellow out a little bit yesterday. Because my family is all in Atlanta. And my daughter, I think she cooked every dish that you could possibly think of for Thanksgiving. They had a big spread. I just made myself a couple of little dishes and called it a day. All right. All right, that's as best as I'm going to be able to get it. I'm going to line it up at the top so I don't have any, I'm sorry. I'm going to line it up to where I can fold it over on the top here to kind of cover up when I get ready to put this on. I'm all disorganized today, guys. Doris is not organized. I'm just going to use a piece of masking tape because I'm sick of this heat tape falling and everything. I'm just going to use a piece of this. You can use the masking tape. I'm going to be baking this in my, not baking, but using the convection oven. I have a Hamilton Beach convection oven, and I'm going to do it at 400 for 6 minutes in the convection oven. Oh, I have a couple of pieces of heat tape right here. Ha, ha, ha. All right, so I'm going to go around like that, and just going to put this on. Like that. Oops, didn't mean to do that. So I do want it up a little bit so that I can tape it down. All right, so I'm going to fold this under just to make sure it's nice and everything is nice and sealed. And again, it's better to do it right the first time so you don't ruin your tumbler. Now, I did see a young lady on YouTube that had messed up one of her tumblers, and to make the tumbler reusable, to just put vinyl on. She ended up doing a black sublimation all over what she had done on her tumbler. I don't want to have to do that, so me and this heat tape is just not getting along today. Where did it go to? I know it fell down there. Okay, I ain't gonna worry about it. I'm trying to get out of the house today since I've been in here since Wednesday. I didn't go anywhere yesterday, and I'm destined to get out of here today, even if it's for just going into the grocery store. All right, I don't really like to use the masking tape because it kind of leaves a stickiness, but it comes off when you wash it, but I just don't like using it. But I also don't feel like fooling with the masking tape because it's getting on my nerves. Okay, so I'm just going to fold this under like this. And when I put mine in the convection oven, I put it with the bottom down. Now, I don't know. Some people sit theirs up. Mine is going to go in the convection oven just like this, standing up, because my convection oven will allow several 20-ounce tumblers in at one time, so I can sublimate multiple tumblers at one time that are 20 ounce. And so I'm just going to put it in the convection oven upside down like that. I'm going to put it in at, like I said, 400 convection, 6 minutes. And also, if you're thinking about doing sublimation, guys, and you're going to be using these tumblers, get you a pair of these silicone gloves. They will help you with picking up your stuff when it's hot. These, they're piping hot when they come out of the convection oven, but it doesn't take very long for them to cool down. Okay, so they cool down fairly quickly, but you don't want to handle these barehanded when they're super, super hot because you will get burned. Also, you may want to invest in an oven thermometer. This is going to help you with knowing when your convection oven reaches 400 degrees. Okay, once it hit 400 degrees, I'll go ahead and open it up and place my tumbler in. I don't want to have my tumbler just sitting around in the convection oven when it has not reached 400 degrees. So I want to make sure that it's hit 400 degrees. So I go ahead, I set everything up, put this inside the convection oven. Once it hits 400, then I'll go ahead and put this in. I use my cell phone to time my 6 minutes because I don't want to burn it. I want to make sure that it is definitely at 6 minutes. And so I will use, like I said, my cell phone. I set my oven thermometer on top of my convection oven, and there was a candle up there, and the candle burned. It started melting from the hot, the heat of the convection oven. So I've been meaning to scrape that candle stuff off so it doesn't keep doing that burning, melting, or whatever in my convection oven. So I just want to get that off. Okay. So I'm going to pause here and I will come back and do the reveal with you guys so you can see what the finished product looked like. But again, I have set this, I'm going to put this at 400 convection for 6 minutes. And then I will come back and do the reveal with you guys so you guys can see what it looked like. All right. All right. I will be back. All right, guys, it has been 6 minutes. My tumbler is done. It's still hot. So I am going to do the unveil with you so you can see if it was successful or not successful. The moment of truth. All right. So one of the things about it is when you have your masking tape, if you use the masking tape, it tends to cook faster or burn faster than the not burn faster, but it burns over the heat tape because the heat tape is built for this. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get it ready to take off of here. And I have 2 of these gloves. I think I left the other one in the living room. But I cannot stress enough just to be careful with these things because they are hot. And I say in many of my tutorials, I've seen a lot of people that were burned. So what I like to show you is you can see how the color started coming through on this. That's what will happen to your silicone wrap. That's what would be on your silicone wrap. If you were to use a silicone wrap, that's why it's best to use that butcher paper. And so I like to put that out there. So I'm going to go ahead and start here on the side. That was the butcher paper that I just took off. Now we're getting down to our transfer. And you always want to be careful. I'm using my weeding tool to take this off, but always be careful because, it is metal going up against metal and it will scratch. So you just want to be careful. Right, let's see what we got here. Turn that over. So I love how the bottom always comes out. So just to show you here, so you can see that. It looks nice and neat. And I still see a little bit of ghosting to me on this part right here. But everything else looks good. So you can see there, there, there. And then you get to this one and it has like her hair got a little bit brown, but still looks good. You can see the sisters going around the bottom. And like I said, when they first come out, they're super hot, but you can see I can hold it up now. They don't take very long to cool down, but they are super hot when you first do them. So, yeah, I think it turned out really, really good considering that one little area right there where it turned her hair brown and not black, but all of the rest of them came out really great. But that's it, sisters. And then I love how the bottoms come out when you just fold the paper over instead of cutting it off. But you can cut it and it's ready to go. All you have to do is place your lid on top, and then it comes with both tumblers, it comes with a straw. So you have your straw already ready. I think I just put this upside down. Let's see. Oh, there we go. That's that little side right there. All right, but anyway, it comes with your straw. And I got, like I said, I got these Skinny Ounce tumblers off of bulk BULK tumblers. And I think it came out really, really good considering that one little area. I don't know why my camera never really focuses really, really good. But, oh, that was the other thing I wanted to show you guys. You can't even tell that that was the overlap. So if I would cut the paper off, it would end up with a white line going down here. And I don't like that. I think when you do it this way to kind of have that little bit of overlap, that it looks more seamless, like it was supposed to be that way. Of course, the lines are kind of different, but that's okay. The coloring goes all the way up, which is what I would prefer. So that's it, guys. That's the sisters tumbler that I had been wanting to do and hadn't had a chance to actually do it. I'm going to figure out why I'm still getting some lightness there. And I will share with you as soon as I find out. But I think overall it turned out really, really nicely. And I'm really proud of it. So that's it. Again, things that you'll need to do this particular project. Of course, you'll need a blank tumbler. These are not tumblers that come from like Walmart or Target or anything like that. You have to order specific tumblers. They're called Sublimation blanks. Okay, so if you're Googling or whatever, looking on Etsy, Amazon, look for Tumbler Sublimation blanks. And they come in all kinds of sizes. And you're also going to need your sublimation paper. I use A-Sub. I use A-Sub. This is 8.5 by 11. And I use Ink Expro for my ink. And I have the Epson Workforce 7720 that I changed over from an inkjet printer. I highly recommend that you get some butcher paper, and I highly recommend that you get some gloves, heat gloves to work with, and also an oven thermometer so that you can measure the true temperature in your convection oven. And one of the things I haven't tried is some people say that they shift their tumbler at 3 minutes so that it can get full coating or heat to all areas. Maybe I'll try that next time and see if it makes a difference. Because that could be what the key component is that maybe I need to shift it during the convection cooking time. I don't know, but my goal is to figure it out. But like I said, I can still see it really good. It just looks like her ponytail is more brown. And maybe that is the way it was on the image and I just didn't notice it, but I'm going to take a look in a minute. But I absolutely love how the tumbler turned out, and I like the colors for the background that I chose because I think it goes right along with all the different colors that are in the image. All right. If anyone would like this background, not the image, but if you would like the background that I created in PowerPoint, let me know and I will email that to you for you to use as you so choose. All right. What else? I think that's it, guys. Heat tape, and you'll need heat tape for this particular project. All right. Cannot be done on inkjet. Okay. You can't do this project on inkjet. It has to be a inkjet printer that you've changed over to a sublimation printer, or it has to be a sublimation printer. Okay. And I think that's it. Butcher paper. And if you have a silicone wrap, then use your silicone wrap to help ensure that it's on there tightly. Okay. And a convection oven. I got mine at Walmart. I think it was like 70 something bucks, but I have the extra large size so I can put several 20-ounce tumblers in there at one time. All right. All right, guys, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns about the process, feel free to reach out to me, and I will be more than glad to assist you as best I can. Keep in mind, I'm new to sublimation. I've only been sublimating now for about a month, and so I'm teaching myself as I go. Okay, and that's why I'm willing to share with you so you can avoid some of the things that mistakes I have made along the way. All right, guys, if you are currently in my Facebook group, Candors's Cricut and Creative Crafters, that's a mouthful. Thank you guys so much for being a part of my Facebook group. And if not, send me a Facebook request to join the group and I will I'll go ahead and approve that. And if you are subscribed to my YouTube channel, thank you so much for subscribing to my YouTube channel. And if not, and it's the first time that you've seen my tutorials, then please like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And also hit that bell notification because I do upload video tutorials several times, during the week to help all of us, okay? And as always, my motto is each one reach one so that each one can teach one. And you guys have a great day.